good, y'all? We back. A bit of an emergency pod, bit of an emergency video. We had a big contract extension come up. But first of all, before we get into it, my boy T in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just finished eating some food. Big night. I'm ready.
Ready. You know what it is, man. If you don't know what it is the reason why we said a big night is because today is Saturday, January 28th, and the two greatest franchises in NBA history play each other tonight. The Lakers versus the Celtics. They going at it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about this big bang of news that we just seen. Our boy Myles Turner finally got that contract extension. Man, they be playing with Myles Turner, man. They always keeping him in the trade rumors and then always end up re-signing him, but they ended up re-signing him for a 2-year, $60 million contract extension. My boy T, talk to me. Thoughts. What are you thinking?
Honestly, it's crazy to me because I don't know if y'all remember during the offseason, they offered DeAndre an offer sheet, and obviously the Phoenix Suns matched it. But what that tells me is that if you're offering DeAndre and another center that may be better than Myles Turner before this season, right? Because Myles Turner wasn't playing that well, right? So they obviously wanted to improve, and then obviously the Suns matched it. That just shows that they didn't really have much loyalty to Myles Turner. And I feel like every single year, Myles Turner, the last 2 years, I feel like has been in the trade rumors every single year. Before the season even started, as soon as trade deadline comes up, he's the number one name that's always brought up to me. So they did him well. They paid him. He's going to be making about $30 million. I believe he's on an expiring deal this year, so it's going to be extended out double like 2025. I'm not sure how good my math is, but he's getting paid. And I do want to say this, right? John, he's having a career year. Let's just look at it, right? He's averaging about 17.5 points a game. He never averaged that ever in his career. Career high in points. He's having a career high in field goal percentage, shooting about 54%. 3-point percentage, John, he's having a career high with 39.1. Rebounds, he's having a career high in 7.9. Technically, this is his second best year for assists. You don't get much assists, obviously, but it's at 1.4. This is the second most throughout his career. His highs is 1.6. So throughout his stats and how he's been playing this year, everything's breakout. And then not only that, we all know he's one of the top 5 rim protectors in the league, averaging about 2.4 blocks a game. And so, listen, I'm looking at his last 10, 11 games, John. He's been going off, but I don't want to talk about the games that he's going off. I just want to talk about this one individual game against Oklahoma City Thunder where he put up 20 minutes, 7 points. I'm assuming he got hurt that game because that doesn't seem likely. But 7 points, 3 for 4, right? John, he had 6 blocks. He's almost having as much points as blocks. That is incredible to me, bro. That's just super incredible to me. But during this stretch also, he had a 30-point game against the Milwaukee Bucks, 11 for 17 at the field, 5 for 9 at the three-point line. Incredible. And in the last 3 games, it looks like he owns the Bucks because that game was January 16th. They played the Bucks at 27th, and he had 24 points and 10 for 20 at the field. 22 points against the Magic and 26 against the Bulls. He's having a really, really good year. I'm happy for him. His mental, because, when you're always involved in these rumors and you don't know if you're going to be here, you got a family to think about. I'm not sure if he has kids or anything, but it's a lot, John. It's like it's like you're living where you're at right now, and you don't know if you're staying there. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for him. He knows where he's going to be at, and he finally got paid. Well deserved.
Man, definitely well deserved. And yeah, just like how you said, I always feel bad for him, man, because every single year he's the first name that comes up in trade rumors. And yeah, just like how you said, I mean, a lot of people, I actually was just having this conversation. Your boy just got chopped. You know what I'm saying? I went to the barbershop and I was actually even talking to, some of the homies over there at the barbershop. And they were like kind of referencing that these players are basically like robots, right? Like I was like, they were like, oh, why doesn't LeBron go all out in the game in like January 12th? I'm like, because a game in January means nothing to LeBron. He needs to preserve his energy. He's a 38-year-old man. He's preserve his energy for playoffs, right? So like, I think people often think just because these guys, make a lot of money and, live their dreams, that they're robots, that they're not humans. But at the end of the day, man, like these guys are human beings and they go through feelings just like how we do. They get angry, they get upset. And honestly, everyone, it doesn't matter if you're making millions of dollars or if you're just working a minimum wage job. If you don't know what your day-to-day situation is like, man, that's only bound to cause, anxiety and crazy feelings. So I'm definitely happy for him. But it also is great to see him, ball out and have a career, like how you mentioned, a career in multiple aspects of the game this year, man. Because like this is contract year. He was expiring, and then he got a big deal this year. Again, like I said, $30 million a year is crazy, but it's well deserved. It's well deserved. Uh, but on the flip side of that, let's talk a little bit on for the Pacer side. I don't understand the move, to be honest with you, because I mean, we talked about this in the past. Like, why are the Pacers winning? Like even if you have Myles Turner playing at his greatest, even if you keep Tyrese Halliburton, keep Buddy Hield, keep Jalen Smith, Benedict Mather, and Chris Duarte. If you keep all these players, there's still a first round exit. There's still a first round exit because this team just isn't a competitive in the playoffs. So Myles Turner is going to definitely make them better, but I think that unless they have plans to building around Myles Turner, which that'd be kind of crazy to say, but unless you have plans to build around Myles Turner, I don't see the direction. It looks like they're headed towards purgatory land, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could possibly think of, John, of why they extended him, they're probably thinking, okay, like we're trying to build a big three. So Tyrese Halliburton, they're going to build off him. But I also like to say this, right? I think people forget that Myles Turner is still pretty young. He's only 26 years old. Tyrese Halliburton is 22. So like you could pair them together for the future. They signed him to an extension because, like I said, Myles Turner throughout his career has been very mediocre. I feel like he always had the potential to be excellent because he's 7 feet and can protect the rim, and shoot the three. And we're finally seeing it this year. So hopefully they're trying to say, okay, we're going to give you that $30 million, well deserved, but let's see if you continue to carry that on. And then obviously you carry that on. He's going to be about 28, 29 years old. He's still going to be in his prime. Depending what direction the Pacers are at that point, it's to be seen. But I feel like what they're trying to think about is like, okay, we got Tyrese, we got Turner, and then we got the McAdoo dude that you love to say. So they're trying to build like a future. You know what I'm saying? Like they have the building blocks, and I think it's starting with Tyrese and Myles Turner. But hold up before you talk, right? Going back to what you said, I had this conversation with my dad, and I know us people, like especially me, I know that criticize a lot of basketball players when they have a bad night, and this is going back to mental. Sometimes I feel like we don't think about what's going on in their life. Example, right? Say Russell Westbrook has a bad game. We didn't know. What if that the day prior, his wife just left him and he has to go to a basketball game, or someone just passed away? See, we don't look into that stuff because we just care about, you make this much money, we need 40 points from you every single night. And it is what it is. But like sometimes you do got to look at that, bro. They're just like us. We don't know what they go through. When they get off the court, a lot of NBA players are depressed just because they got $30 million. John, they don't get that. It takes time to get that $30 million, bro. And then they got to pay a bunch of people and this and that. So it's not like how the life looks like it is, man. Internet is all fake. I'm not saying the players are fake or whatnot, but like everything that the lifestyle they live it's all fake. So stop believing that. And sometimes just think about their mental. Say, I know you like to come at Ben Simmons, and I know Ben Simmons continues to play mediocre. But what if, we don't know what's going on in Ben Simmons' life. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't even want to. I'm not even gonna say that. Just Ben Simmons, maybe
Going through something.
He's just going through something. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what we got to start looking at more too. But going back to the Pacers direction, I'm confused too. I would like to say this though, right? Maybe they're thinking, okay, we're going to be in the play-in this year. They're thinking we're going to be in the play-in. Because if you look at the standing, John, right? They only got to worry about the Chicago Bulls and the Wizards, right? So they're currently 24 and 27. They're 9th. They have to just be top 10, right? And I think they could be a top 10 seed, believe it or not. They showed it so far, right? They showed it. Tyrese is going to be back. This is what they're thinking. Personally, you already know how I feel. They are 1-9 their last 10, so they are falling. But when Tyrese comes back, I think they can still manage to be around a top 10 seed, even if they fall out to 11. But I think confidently what they think what's going on so far this season, I think they're going to be like, we could be in the play-in. And then they're going to see what's from that. Because at the end of the day, organizations, they say they really don't want to lose because it's their business. You want to make money,
Absolutely. Okay. So then, as far as that playing point, because I'm over here looking at the standings too. So I definitely agree that they got to worry about the Wizards and the Bulls. But I would even extend it to they got to worry about the Raptors too, man, because I know the Raptors they're not having the season that they should be having. But I feel like we know what the Raptors do, man, and when the Raptors can put it together, I think they could, and they have championship, not championship experience. They have playoff experience. Like some of those players on that team have championship experience, but that was already from so long ago. Most of those players, really don't, especially the key players like Scotty and OG. They don't really understand, what it's like to be at that level. But they definitely do understand what it's like to be at the playoff level and play there. So I would extend it to as far as the Raptors. Would you feel comfortable saying that they should worry about the Raptors as well, sitting at the 12th seed?
Yeah, if the Raptors can get it together. But even with the Raptors, you feel so it's like it's gonna take two teams out. And I feel like they're gonna be like still confident in the sense. Because then it's like, okay, we got to worry about 12 teams now, right? Don't worry about 13, 14, 15. We got to worry about these 12 teams.
Who
They're
you
gonna
think
be
gets
like,
out?
honestly, it's crazy to say. I don't think Toronto's the team you have to worry about, but I think it's gonna be Toronto. I just can't see the Bulls missing the playoffs. So I gonna
Yeah, me neither.
just as respect, I gotta put them in there. But I think they're bad. They're bad, but they're just so they have. If you look at their roster, they're talented. So just because the typical Wizards, they're terrible. We're gonna take the Wizards out and the Raptors.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm gonna go a different direction. I'm gonna go a different direction. I'm not gonna lie. I think that I think as much regular season success that the Pacers can have, I don't know. I don't know if they'll be able to match what the Bulls are going to be able to get together. I think I still have some upside, and I still hope for the Raptors, man. So I think that the two teams that are going to be out are going to be actually the teams that are in right now, which is the Pacers and the Wizards. So I think the Bulls are going to be able to jump that, and so are the Raptors, man. So this is going to be a tight race, man, to the last little
Yeah,
play-in spot, and that's something that I really like about the play-in, to be real, because it added that excitement, right? Because then you would just be excited about that last 8 seed, but now you have like 2 3 more positions that you got to get really excited for, man. I think the play-in is great, to be real.
yeah, no, for sure. I think it was a good idea. You got to give credit to when credit's due.
But
You
let
know.
me look before we get out of here talking about Myles Turner. Let me ask you just one more question, because we talk about you talked about the Pacers maybe going towards the direction of building with that big three of Tyrese and Myles Turner and maybe Benedict Mathurin or whoever it is that they want to bring in. But I mean, I'm looking at Myles Turner right here, the games he's played. The last time he played over 60 games was 2019, 2020, and then before then it was 2017, 2018, man. So Myles Turner, I mean, you want to build off him off, his talent of being able to defend and be able to shoot from the three. But I be saying this all the time, man. The best kind of ability is availability, man. And if he's not available, then it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to build off that. So to you, would you have any hesitancy to build to have him be a cornerstone of your team missing this many games?
But I think that's injury plays part, and his play plays part. But I think that's why they only did it 2 years. I think that's going to Kyrie Irving because we talked about it yesterday. I think that's what Kyrie Irving deserves, like a 2 year deal. It's kind of like a prove it deal.
Yeah.
2 year deal gives you more like like a little more leeway than a 1 year deal. But I think that's why they do 2 years, just to see like 2 years gives you a better understanding of so far he's on pace to pretty much play almost all the games this year.
Yeah, but let's see. I
So
mean, if he do it, if he does it, then absolutely, man.
yeah,
That 2 year deal would have been definitely worth it, man. But T, before you get out of here, you got any last thoughts you want to say before with this Myles Turner situation?
yeah. Well, one thing I gotta say, Lakers fans, it's over, buddy. You're not getting Myles Turner.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of Lakers fans, even the Laker envy, was hoping for it. Was hoping for it, but it's all good, man. AD is at his best when he's at the 5, so it is what it is, man. We're not worried about it. For the family, make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, leave a nice comment down below. Let us know how you feel about this Myles Turner situation. Is 2 years, 60 million too much? Is that not enough? Should he have gotten a bigger contract extension, smaller? Let us know in the comment section down below. As always, do not forget to get at us, man. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at Clutch Talk Pod. Just look us up. We're going to be on there, man. But if that's it, then we out of here, y'all.
We out of here. Peace.